Welcome to Stephen Follows Instructions. Trying to get better video quality here. So I'm recording this thing rather than live streaming it. I'll try going back to live streaming, but let's get the recording thing down first. I still need to do something about the light, right? And maybe I can make the background neater, but anyhow. Today what we're doing is updating a Ghost Docker container. The other day we did a video on setting up a Ghost Docker container, and that worked really well, surprisingly, given my track record in these things. So now I'm going back to Jim Groom. He promises that this is a short video. We shall see. And anyhow, we're going to try to update our Ghost Docker container. So let's open that video and let's listen to. Oh, I have to put my headphones on. Where did I put my headphones? I've lost my headphones. Good job, Stephen. Oh, there they are. All right, let's go back. All right, sorry about that.
And I'll be doing a video on how to upgrade Ghost, the Docker container for Ghost in Reclaim Cloud. So let's take a quick look at it.
Let's take a big look at it. Okay.
I'm going to disappear myself.
Bye, Jim.
Let's see here clearly. So Ghost here is installed. The Docker container is here, and this is the load balancer, which allows us to map a domain and gives us an SSL certificate. But the thing I want to do here is I want to be able to upgrade Ghost via command line. So
yes,
there is a web SSH interface that you can click on right from that container. Just be sure to.
All right. Okay. Whoops. Stop. Okay. So let's do that. So let's go to my Reclaim environment. Here it is, and I'll just shift it over a little bit so we can look at both me and the environment. There we go. That's just a wee bit more. Just a wee bit more. Come on. There we go. That's beautiful. Okay. So here's the application server with Ghost, and let's make it full screen and get rid of me just like Jim did. There we go. So there's the full screen, and if we come over here, here's the web SSH. Can I make this bigger? I cannot make this bigger. So let's click on web SSH for application server. There's all kinds of things here you can click on. Remember, we did add-ons before. Okay, web SSH. So now here it shows up down here. His is super big. We'll see this here in a second.
I'm going to disappear myself.
Oops, let's go to the right screen. See, his is super big. So I'll make mine super big as well, just by clicking on the widener there. So now I'm full screen. It's a bit hard for you to see, but if you click on this little keyboard thing, it says Settings, Control-Shift-Alt, Control-Shift-Alt, and I'll make my font size bigger. I'll embiggen my font size. Maybe I'll make it 18. That should be big enough. Yeah, that's much better, much easier to read. All right, let's go back to Jim. Whoops, not that Jim, this Jim, and let's continue.
And then there's a series of commands, and I have these all written down and linked to in the description, so no need to.
All right, let's find those. Oops, here we go. Linked to. Okay, so here are the commands that he's talking about. I'll make this bigger. So this is Jim's page. So run the following command to see what Ghost is installed as. Keep in mind, Ghost is installed at var/lib/ghost using the official Docker image. It is, eh? Okay. So I guess if I just run this command, I can get the result. So let's come back to here. So I'll just Control V. There we go. That pastes the command in. I'll hit enter. And it says stuff. Root at node 9340 downs ghost. And there's the permissions. Node. Not sure what that is. That's the owner and the group, maybe. Let's see what Jim says. I can close this one too. All right, go Jim.
Worry about that. But this is where you would go in and basically change. You're going to change the permissions for a user in the container, and this is how you would get to be able to do the upgrade or update.
All right.
So first command is actually going to show you who is the user that installed Ghost. And that user, we can see it here and here. It's node in the user group node, or vice versa. So what we want to do is we want to
it's the user first and then the group.
change the user group for that user node to be part of a supergroup. So we do this command. And
Whoa. Sudo user mod dash adri sudo node. Okay. So sudo, that means run as a super user. User mod is a command, user modification. AG are some options. Sudo node, not sure. I think we're giving node super user permissions. That would be very dangerous. I don't know if that's what we're doing or not. Okay. So he's not going to tell us what this does. Okay, well, let's just look this up so I know what I'm doing. Because I don't like following commands just because someone tells me to. User mod, modify user account. Okay. And now the options. What were the options again? Whoops, they're not on here. A and little a, big G. So little a, big G. I've lost. Yeah, here we go. Little a, append, okay, and big G, group. Append group. Okay, so we're going to append something to the group. What are we going to append to a group? We're going to append not sure. So append to the group. Let's see if we can't just sort of figure it out rationally here. Append to the group. Oh, I see. Append to the group sudo the user node. So we are giving it sudo permissions, I guess. All right. Let's do that. I suppose we're probably safe. I mean, nobody can come into this. Okay, so let's go back to reclaim and let's do that. Oops, it didn't copy properly. Okay, so let's try copying it properly this time. Copy. Do that again. See what happens sometimes, right? I switch a window and then I do a copy, but you actually have to tap or in some way get the mouse highlighted on the window before it takes. Okay, so I've copied that. There's the train going by. Oh, it's still not taking. How annoying. Okay, let's try it one more time. Control V. Let's try that. And Control V. Control C. Let's try that. Control C. And then back here, Control V. There we go. Really, you have to watch out for that. That happens a lot. Alright, so we've done that. So let's go back to Jim now. Let's see what Jim has to say.
Does that. Then we're going to change some ownership of those
Right.
directories. So we'll do that here and make node some of the permissions for that. And then we're going to change the permissions for the actual directories that Ghost is in. Ghost in the official Docker container is in var/var/lib/ghost. So we're going to actually change some permissions on files there.
Whoa. Okay, so first of all, we're changing the ownership from node to node. Varlib Ghost. Okay. So it seems sort of odd. That she really does, right? Like, let's come back here, right? So let's look at chown, CHOWN, change owner, right? So, oh, okay, change user and group, right? Change owner. So, yeah, so changing node user and node group. Okay, got it. So, let's see, put this in here. Chown, node the user, node the group. For this. Okay, so let's just look at this first so that we see what effect that we're going to have here. Right, so I'm going to cd into var lib ghost, and then if I do an ls-l, we're going to see the, okay, see we have some root, some owners, it's all a bit of a mess, right? So, but if I run this command, now if I do it, we're going to see it's still the same. So, well, I don't know what this did. Oh, maybe all I did was change the directory. Yeah, I bet you that's all I did. It's just change the directory. All right. So let's continue on. Next command, oh, that's this find one, right? So sudo find changes the file permissions. So sudo find type D. Yeah. Now you see, this is uncomfortable because I'm using a relative directory here. And I don't know where I was. Well, let's see what happens if I run it from here. Alright. Now let's try ls-l just to see. That still all looks the same. Just trying to figure this out. Oops. Jeez. Alright. Oh, okay, that's alright. Oh, the stupid thing. Alright, it didn't do the find command, it did that other command again. It's the copying and pasting is so awkward. Alright, so where I'm gonna go actually is where I'm gonna go is I'm root. So I'm gonna go to not there, right? What directory am I in? I'm in root. Okay, that's probably where I would have started. Now, is this the find? Yeah, okay, here's the find command. This time, for real. Alright, so now let's go to var lib ghost and see if anything changed. Nope. So, I don't know what's happening here. Oh, what changed? Oh, right, of course, what changed. No, they all have executable permissions. Maybe I just type D directory. I don't know. I wish he had explained this, Jim. I don't like typing commands when I don't know what they're doing. Really don't. Okay, you also have to update the node user's password given that you will be prompted for it. All right. I no longer know what I'm doing. Well, I know what I'm doing here. Node, which is a user, I'm updating its password. So I keep wanting to go down there. It's up here. Okay, so now it's going to ask me to actually type in the password here, I think. All right, new password. You notice I don't just do a simple 6 or 8 character password. My passwords are longer. With each character longer, you make your password that much harder to crack. So now it'd be pretty hard to crack my node password, assuming he even had one before. After that, change to the node user. Okay, su dash node. All right. su substitute user or switch user dash node. All right, so now you see how that's changed. So it's under me. Okay, so you see how that's changed. So I was root, now I'm node. Okay. Right. Okay. Change into the Ghost install directory. Okay. Well, I think we are there at the moment. Oh, right. When you switch user, you end up in their home directory, I think. Yeah, you see we're in home/node, which is node's home directory. So cd var live ghost. Check and see that we're there. Yes, we are. Okay. And now run a command, ghost update. So that's a ghost command, and now this is the option. We're telling ghost to update. And now it's asking me for the password, so I'll type the password. Oh, I'm sorry, cat. Okay, I'll let you out. Sorry, kitty. Good. Let's see. There we go. All right. So all right. So I've typed in my password. Sudo password. Uh-oh. Input is hidden. Right. So you need to remember what your password is. Okay, so now let's see what happened. One or more errors occurred checking folder permissions. Your installation folder contains a directory or file with incorrect permissions. Run this again. Control C. And I right clicked to paste there. Let's try that. All right, now let's try Ghost Update. That's better. So I wonder why it didn't work the first time. Probably because I was in the wrong directory, right? And that's the thing. You know, a command like this is a relative directory. Um, it actually stands, it's a relative directory, but it stands for the current directory. But if your current directory happens to be the wrong directory, well, you've updated some permissions, but not the permissions you needed to update. So it's interesting. The second time when I ran this and it worked, I was actually in the VirLib Ghost directory. And maybe I need to be in that directory in order to make this command work. In any case, the system helped me recover, so thank you, system. Let's come back here. All right. Fetch really slow, downloaded and updated, etc., and it looks like we're done. Good. Oh, look at the stuff it did. Oh, those are just the changes. Okay, it didn't, well, it did do that, but that was the changes in the new version. All right, let's go back to Jim. All right. Run Ghost update. This is where you're prompted. If all goes well, you got all of that. And that's the end of the video. Now let's see the end of Jim's video, because there's just a couple of moments in it.
That command does. And then we are going to actually change the password for the node user. And this will allow us, because we'll be prompted for this at some point.
Yep.
So I'm going to do this quick. Just change the password to something I'll remember. And then we'll get the updated successfully. And so that's great. The last thing is I'm going to change to the user node from I'm now root. Ghost won't let you update the instance as root, so you have to change to a user. So I'll change to node.
That's
what we all did this work for.
Right.
And then I'm going to change to the proper directory, which is var/var/lib/ghost. So there's that. And at this point, I should be able to just, using Ghost's command line, go ghost update. And at this point, when I click this, it will say, checking what's the password. This is the password I just changed for node. And then everything should have happened. The only thing is that folder permissions didn't happen for some reason. Run this command again. And I don't know why that did that.
Because you were in the wrong directory.
At the end of the day, we should be able to rerun the Ghost update, and there it worked. So, not sure why the folder permissions didn't work on the first run, but it did work here. And note that they do give you that information right here should you run into that problem.
Which is handy.
At this point, my container was up to date, but should it be a more recent version, I can run this and it will be brought up to date. Anyway, thanks for watching. And have fun in reclaiming the cloud. Jim
Now,
Green signing out, reclaim hosting cloud for life.
So one more thing, that he hasn't mentioned here is that we don't want to do this all the time on our own. So we can actually have the system do this for us. So basically, here I am, right? I can set, or maybe I can't. I think I can. Let's just check and see if this is even installed. Oh, okay. Very good. I broke it. You probably can't see what I'm doing here. So I picked an editor. I picked Ed instead of Vim. To change later, run select editor. I've forgotten how to close a file in Ed. Oh, jeez. ahead. Text editor, Wikipedia. Okay. Is it going to give me some help here? Q. Just Q. Okay, let's try Q. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Vim basic. Okay, let's run select editor. Editor. And I'm going to select 1 this time. Okay. Now, let's come back to what we were doing here. So let's go cron tab $-u node, and so that's the user. It's the cron tab's user. Well, let's just check and make sure this works first. All right. So this is my cron tab. Oh, there is no cron tab for node. Okay, no problem. So edit this file to introduce tasks to be run by cron. Right. Oh yeah, and this is I didn't need to specify the user since I am node. Okay, so now I can add a line by typing A. All right, so is it the beginning or the end? I'm just gonna look up cron tab here. I just want to get this right, and I don't always remember. Okay, the cron schedule expression editor. Oh no, I don't want that. It's going to be awkward. Cron tab manual page. All right, so the way what cron tab is it's an application that runs on a scheduled basis. So there's 2 parts to it. First of all, the schedule, and then secondly, what you want it to run. So run, for example, run 5 minutes after midnight every day. So there it is, right? Run at 2:15 p.m. on the 1st of every month, right? So 15 minutes, 14-hour, day 1, and then the month, it's every month, and the year, it's every year, right? So you can set something even to run once a year. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to set something to run once every, I don't know, month. Month should be good. So I'm going to use this 15, 14, 1, 4, star. Let's make it, instead of 2:15 p.m., let's make it 2:15 a.m. So this will be 02. Okay. So come back here. 15:02 on the 1st of every month. So there's the month and there's the year. Now, what do I want it to run? User, or what? Is it user lib? Where did I put ghost? Let's try to remember. Var lib ghost. Okay, so var lib ghost. Var lib ghost. And then the command ghost, update. Now, maybe I've done something wrong there, but that's the idea, right? So what it's going to do is it's going to run this ghost update command. I might not even need to use this specific directory. I can test that. In fact, I will test that after. So I think I'll just do it like that. Whoops. Okay, that was a tab that I used there. So ghost, G-H-O-S-T, update. Okay. Escape. I'm going to write this. And I'm going to, so the colon and then Q, quit. Installing new content. Okay, so let's just test. So now I'm in a different directory. And I'll run the command ghost update. Oh, working directory is not within. Okay, it's got to be within the folder. Okay. So let's go back to var lib ghost. And I just want to see what's in here. Yeah. But if I'm just type ghost, no command specified, run ghost help for usage. Okay, that's good. So okay, let's try then. I'll go over here. I'm just testing, right, to make sure. So if I did this var lib ghost update, see if that works. No such file or directory. Well, how am I going to run ghost in Cron tab? Let's look that up. Cron tab to update ghost. Okay, you can set up a cron tab. Okay, where is it? Do cd public. You can create a script ghost update.sh. Or, oh yeah, I could just cd into it. All right. No. I'm looking for the right thing here and not finding it. Automate ghosts with a system D. Nah, that's a bit too much. Alright. So let's come here. This is the script I used to update multiple ghost installations at once. So well, I think I can just cd to the right directory and then it would work, right? I keep wanting to hit this icon down here. Alright, so let's do the cron tab again. Right, so there it is. So now we're just gonna cd var lib, whoops, okay, I for insert, we'll do that first. Okay, cd var lib ghost, semicolon, that's the end of the command, and then ghost update. That should work. Escape, right, and Q. So maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but anyhow, the idea here is that now I don't have to worry about this again, right? Assuming I've done this correctly, and there'll probably be a stream of errors if I haven't. So once a month, on the 15th of the month, so about a week from today, it'll update Ghost. And that way my Ghost installation will always be up to date. Maybe this wasn't necessary. Maybe there's something about Ghost that makes it not necessary, but I think maybe I do need to do this. Either way, I've done it. So I took this a little bit beyond what Jim said. But you know, showing me how to update Ghost, that's great, but I don't want to have to do this on a regular basis if I don't have to. Alright, that's it for me. I'm done. I'm going to save this pup